Well, that was shit. Oh my god. I feel I actually, do you know what? It's crazy. It's crazy, right? When people usually say that their team makes them sick, right? It's just a way of explaining the reaction of emotions um, to performances. But no, like I actually do feel quite sick. Like physically, I genuinely do feel sick, and I didn't before I really, soaked in that performance. Before I really drank it in. It's like it was like the milk's gone off, but as part of the dare, you told your friends you're trying to impress. I'll drink it. This whole gone off bottle of sour milk, but you have to drink it very slowly, and you can feel your stomach churning inside with every sip and every gulp. It's honestly, I don't think there has been a worse performance under Ten Hag. There hasn't been a worse performance. I honestly, you might point a finger at the 7-0. No, we just played really open. We just played really open against Liverpool because today Spurs should have probably have put 8 past us. They probably should. We should have absolutely been embarrassed. Do you know why they couldn't put 8 past us? Because their front three consists of Timo Werner, Dominic Solanke, and Brennan Johnson. Their midfield consists of James Maddison, Bentancur, and Kulusevski. That front, that sort of midfield three and front three is never going to have the ability to really bury a team like that. But on a different day, they actually could have. They seriously, genuinely could have. And where do we start to reflect on that? Because I said before this game that I just didn't feel like United were going to win. I was not going into this game with any confidence whatsoever. I wasn't going into this game with any bit of confidence. And I mean, looking at this now, it's like, well, yeah, it's like I can see what's going to happen. It's like I can just feel that sort of that energy, that negative energy looming in the air. And I think it's very, very fair to say in the immortal words of Claude, God rest his soul. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. I mean, it may have been time before, probably was time before. No, actually, it was time before. But this is like, even if you're somebody who's slow, delayed, doesn't really want to pull the trigger, this result, you pull the trigger because you're worried, you're scared that things can get even worse. And I'm afraid that's the only direction this is going. That's the only direction it's going. Seriously, he has to be sacked for the sake of this club not getting relegated. Because those players are done. They're finished. I mean, they're finished. They're dusted, but they're also done with this manager. And I think Ten Hag is also finished, completely finished. Nothing left to give, nothing left to offer. He has run his course. He's won 2 trophies, and somehow the progressive state of a club has actually been in decline, um, and it's now sort of over to Ineos. You literally had your CEO talk about winning the league within the next 4 to 5 years, right? 2028 was it? So yeah, within the next 4 to 5 years, we're winning the league. We have to win the league. That's the aim, and perhaps if possible, if we can somehow win a league before then even better, even better. But fundamentally, if a manager doesn't get sacked for losing a game like that to a very, no offense to them, but at the same time, absolute offense to them, a very underwhelming Spurs team. Very, very underwhelming. If that Spurs team um, can put 3 past us when they should have probably put 8 past us, Unai Emery's Aston Villa will bloody make sure that they put 8 past us. That's the next game in the Premier League. Aston Villa away from home. Guys, this only gets worse. We play Porto away in between. Does anybody think that there's anything other than a battering against Porto, a battering against Villa, a battering against Brentford, and a battering against Fenerbahce? The only team I can realistically see not actually completely embarrassing us if we, for some reason, continue to stay the course would be West Ham. But at the same time, they could. They could. Because they could blow hot and cold. They could decide, you know what, we'll turn up. We're finished. We're completely finished. And the only thing really you can do to sort of slow this rot down is to fire the manager and get somebody else in. And with the performance today, the team selection I didn't really have all that much of a problem with. For me, I would have had Ericsson where Bruno was playing. I would have had um, Garnacho where Rashford was playing, and Ahmad where Garnacho was playing. A couple of changes is a difference in the lineup of the team, but they didn't like the players in on an individual level. They didn't just play bad like that. It takes more effort and commitment to trying to play bad, right, than it is to unintentionally have a stinker, a hook, a stinker and hook. Like you have to exert more energy, more energy to do that than it is to actually give it a go, but just not turn up on the day. Because we've had performances like that. We've had performances where we've tried to give it a go, but the players just didn't turn up. This was players tried to stay away, tried to not turn up. It was that bad. I mean, bloody hell, let's run through the team a little bit, shall we? Let's run through the team a little bit. Let's start in goal, Onana. 1 or 2 good saves. Beyond that, shit. Absolute shit. He's not that good of a goalkeeper, is he? He really isn't that good of a goalkeeper. Couldn't save I mean, fuck me. What can't you save? What? Well, actually, I say what can't you save? The realistic term to use here is actually what can he say? What can he say? Seriously, it does make you wonder that a goalkeeper that would actually save shots is now taking a year off, is in Italy playing for Fiorentina, and is actually showing us what we're missing. But all to play out from the back. I said replacing the goalkeeper when we did was a bad decision. And guess what, guys? We're still paying for it now. We're still paying it for it now. He's been here over a year. He's still costing us. Diogo Dallo, worst performance of his career, probably. Can't argue with that. I don't need to say anything else. Just worst performance ever. Just, if the football gods had anything to say to Diogo today, they'd give him two words: get fucked. Literally, that's it. Just get fucked. Those are your that's your two piece there, Diogo Dallo. Lissandro Martinez, non-existent, error prone. Again, piss poor performance. Delict didn't show up. People will say, "Oh, told you Maguire should be playing. Oh, he should be playing." Listen, Delict can put in a 5 to 4 out of 10 performance if Maguire started. No, that's a 2 out of 10 for Maguire. In fact, you know what? Maguire didn't even play today. Literally, he didn't play. He didn't play today. He was out with an injury. Do you know what, Maguire? Just because you get a 2 out of 10 today, Maguire. You literally didn't even make the matchday squad. We're match rating you a 2 out of 10. The football gods have just hold on, yeah, they've just told me they're also passing their get fucked condolences onto you. We're rolling over everybody here. Mazraoui, literally, you've had a bad game, like a really bad game, when Timo Werner leashed you like a dog and walked you like a bitch. You know you're cooked. Timo Werner of all people. Are you mad? Are you actually mad? Timo Werner practically ended your career today. What's that about? Genuinely, what is that about? Kobe Mainu, the sacrificial lamb after Super Captain Bruno, Super B. Nah, scratch Super B, Super bitch. Genuinely, Super bitch. Get fucked. Bruno, get fucked. Straight up. Get fucked to get out of here with that absolute abominable shit. What a tosser. What a fucking tosser. But Kobe Mainu, probably the better performing players. But again, in a midfield, laid bare and ripped to pieces. Literally, he's like the lamb led to slaughter. Agate, his midfield partner, my man left him out to dry. Left Kobe Mainu out to dry. And equally for himself, absolute wank. Manuel Agate was wank today. Genuinely shit. Like, God only knows why for a plot. I mean, if he's throwing in the towel as well, I mean, then again, Ten Hag, he keeps insisting that, well, Yeah, we've got to bed these guys in really, 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 really slowly, despite having full match fitness. Like, no, I disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. If they're fit, you play them. If they're your best option, you just get on with it. You play them. And Marcus Rashford, again, favouritism strikes again. This guy could be out of the matchday squad and he'd still get a 2 out of 10. He can join Maguire on the 2 out of 10 train. Absolute waste, man. Absolute waste, man. Honestly, there's just no point. There's no point. I will never. I can't. I will never speak. I will never speak nicely of Rashford for anything ever again. If he scores a goal, I'll say, so who cares? Guy sucks. He scored a hat trick, still sucks. Scored 50 goals in one game, still sucks. I'm not giving you the satisfaction of letting you get off the hook again. Like, yeah, there was me saying, give credit where credit is due. Nah, fuck you, man. Don't get any credit. No credit for you. No shot. You don't deserve credit. You deserve no credit. No credit whatsoever. I mean, fuck it. No credit? Well, most people on the streets, the most homeless people don't have credit. So you can go join them. Go sleep on the streets. Creditless man. Creditless bastard. Don't deserve it. Absolutely not. Garnacho on the right hand side. Didn't have a Scooby. Didn't know why he was there. Didn't know what he was doing. Not a single clue. For a guy that likes to try and do things and try something different if it doesn't work, just didn't try. Genuinely didn't try. Waste of time. Complete waste of time. Joshua Zirkzee subbed off. Subbed off for Casemiro. And yeah, that's his for me, Zirkzee, that's his confidence gone. That's his confidence gone. He's gonna need a lot of backing. He's gonna need a lot of backing to fix him. To fix him up and get him up to speed again. He's gonna need a lot. There could be another player ruined, guys. I'm not joking. We might have actually just ruined Zirkzee. We might have ruined him. Genuinely, we might have killed him. Players that came on, Mason Mount subbed on for Kobbie Mainoo. Fuck knows why that happened. Nobody knows. Literally nobody knows. Goes off with an injury. Well done. Well done. Retire. Retire. Tonight. Put out a statement and say, I'm retiring from football. What's the point in you coming onto a football pitch just to go off of it again every single time and then be out of it and then think, but it's fine, I'll play through it. Yeah, go tell that to Daniel. Go say that to Daniel Sturridge. He'll bring you back down to earth, Mason. He'll plant your feet solidly on the ground. People don't get to just have reoccurring injuries either. Anthony Martial, for God's sakes. Anthony Martial, literally, it's just, it got so bad that this man was ready to perhaps not play for a year. Not play for a year. Just to get into the habit of not picking up another injury. I mean, it's pathetic. Christian Eriksen came on for Ugarte and did absolutely nothing. Did absolutely nothing. Rasmus Højlund subbing him on for Rashford. Why? Why? Game's gone. Literally, the game was gone, and Amad Diallo subbed on in the 85th minute. Another, like, I know it's an injury sub, but so you're almost like, what's the point? What was the point of it? Honestly, it was some of the most stupidest shit I've ever seen. And Ten Hag minus a million out of 10. Sack him. Just sack him. Just don't waste any time. You know it's not going to get better. This is what, like, as I've said, it's his third season. He's still making the same mistakes, right? As a manager, his tactical setup this season is getting beaten, is getting destroyed, and he will not change it. His mission statement, I will not change. And for a man that will not change is the definition of insanity, it's time to cut it out. You know, it's become cancer. It's become a tumor. We must surgically remove the tumor. Ten Hag has lived long enough. You either die the hero, which maybe going out after winning the FA Cup might have been the the fair blessing of farewell to Ten Hag, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And guess what Ten Hag's chosen to do? He's decided to become the villain. And it's a shame we're back to, you know, being toxic towards the manager. And happily being toxic towards the manager, being toxic towards the players, being toxic to everything to do with Manchester United. You motherfuckers have made me feel sick. Honestly, the fatigue, the wave of fatigue of this ever looming weight that's honestly made me want to collapse and pass out from the absolute misery. Seriously, my legs were bound to were close to giving way underneath me. Honestly, I was just so sick and tired of it. The Sunday night takeaway show that was supposed to be going ahead today, which I would have done if not for me feeling absolutely sick. Even if United lost and they gave a good go of it, I can sit there and say, listen, we just got to hold the whole corn. Just got to hold corn, man. That's it. Just got to hold it. But this is the sort of shit that makes you contemplate, really, really contemplate shit. Not to say that I'm contemplating anything that I shouldn't be, but the feeling that it's given me, my God, football genuinely has some ways of affecting you. And especially when it gets this bad, it genuinely has made me ill. Genuinely ill. So, yeah, if you want to light me up in the comment sections, go right ahead. If you want to like the video, then sure, sympathy votes. I'll take them. And thank yous to those who do, because again, it still helps the channel. And yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Yeah. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to say about Man United. There just isn't. Whether Ineos have got what it takes to turn things around, because I think they'll, actions speak louder than words. If they attack the situation head on and just cut everyone's throat, at least I can see the ambition. But we really think Ten Hag's going to get sacked. He should be sacked. He should have been sacked a little while ago. But yeah, I'm sure somebody in the club will say, "No, we'll keep him. We'll keep him." Yeah, relegation's on the way, guys. That's all I can say. But anyways, yeah, that's it for me tonight. There's nothing else to say. Couldn't tell you anything else as to how I feel. And yeah, we'll see what Monday morning brings. If we get the yellow strip of breaking news on Sky Sports, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. But it's not great, man. It's not great.